There's an add-on, Your Honor.
Add on.
He asked me if he wanted me to take care of it. You're good to go with mine.
3 cases are now called 24 CR 718. Michael Pete, that's you. And then there are 2 other cases, 1688 and 24 CR 1688 and 25 CR 908. I did believe those 2 are going to be dismissed based upon your disposition and plea entered in this state jail felony of theft of a firearm in 24 CR 718. You're here with Mr. Turk, your attorney, and the state's attorney. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of the indictment and arraignment here?
He
If we
does.
proceed in summary.
We may.
They see the computer will finally. This is currently being used by somebody else.
Right now. There, it's working now, I think. Maybe.
Man, there's a lot.
I just missed.
Okay. On these, which paragraphs are we proceeding on? We got 1, and then what else?
I believe 2 and 3.
Sorry, was that not on there?
It's-
And that constitutes a state jail felony, punished though as though it were a 3rd-degree felony.
Right.
All right. 211, 211 are on the same date. That ought to work. Could have been enhanced to a 2nd-degree felony, though, right? Okay, we're not doing that. We're going to just do 3rd-degree felony. All right, sir. When he's waiving formal reading, we can proceed in summary. In summary, paragraph 1 alleges that on or about March 1st, 2024, in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the state jail felony of theft of a firearm. Do you understand what you're charged with here?
So
Paragraphs 2 and 3 go on to allege that on December 5th, 2011, you were convicted in the 252nd District Court of Jefferson County, Texas, for state jail felonies of controlled substance and solicitation of minor type offenses. Paragraphs 1, 2, and 3 constitute then a state jail felony, punished though as though it were a 3rd-degree felony. Which means we're gonna write all this down. Asterisking at the back to the bottom, okay?
New range of punishment.
we talked about it.
Yeah.
All he's doing is adding on the other page. On state jail, the state jail, state jail range, sentence can be punished as a 2nd-degree. He's added, but in the town, first page, that you initial, that's what he's adding.
Use one straight on.
No news.
Well,
Well, it's a state jail felony, but the punishment is 2 to 10.
You were facing not less than 2 years prison, nor more than 10 years in prison, up to $10,000 fine for a state jail felony punished as a 3rd-degree felony. Do you understand, sir? And an agreement's been reached in your case where you would be pleading guilty, sentenced to 3 years in prison. And 2 other cases would be dismissed. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, sir.
If I follow this, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So how do you plead to paragraphs 1, 2, and 3 of this indictment, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Only reason I'm good.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily and because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
And paragraphs 2 and 3, those prior convictions of in 2011 for controlled substance and online solicitation offenses out of the 252nd District Court of Jefferson County, Texas. Are those true and correct as they are alleged?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading true and correct to those allegations voluntarily and because those allegations are true as they are alleged in the indictment?
Yes, sir.
I will now show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1. Did you sign those documents? Understand them, discuss them with your attorney? Are the contents all true and correct?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 tendered into evidence without objection admitted. Among other things, this states you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea as freely and voluntarily. You know what you've been charged with. The indictment's been read to you. You've read it. You were guilty of the crime charged in any lesser included offenses. You were giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses, totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All of this is true. It states, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
States Exhibit 1, made a part of the record for all purposes. Pre-sentence report is waived here.
Yes, Judge.
You know, make this 3 look like a Arabic 3.
That's.
Well, I do.
That we used. It looked like a snowman.
Actually, I like this because Arabic really does not.
I didn't want
affect
that to look like an 8. Which, I'm going to find, sir, that you were pleading guilty to paragraph 1 and allegation 1 in paragraph 1 of the indictment, the state jail felony substantive crime here of theft of a firearm, and paragraphs 2 and 3, the 2 prior felony convictions. In 2011, you are pleading guilty and true respectively to paragraphs 1, 2, and 3 voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently of this indictment. You are mentally competent to do so. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea and pleas of truth from State's Exhibit 1 admitted here to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this state jail felony. Punished though as though it were a 3rd-degree felony because of the prior convictions. I now find you guilty thereof. I am following beyond a reasonable doubt. I am following this agreement. You are hereby sentenced to confinement. It says confinement in the state jail for 3 years. As you know, that can't be. Confinement in the institution, in prison for a term of 3 years. I'm going to change this. Do you understand what has happened today, sir? Yeah, when you use these, a bunch of changes have to be made.
it. Sorry, that's just because I figured since it was just a worksheet.
All right, do you understand what has happened today, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck. You will be given credit for all time you have served in accordance with this case, okay?
Anyone concur on the
And it will run with other cases unless otherwise ordered. Stand by. All right, darn it. That's not what I want. Okay, this is Mr. 17-8, Mr. Pete. 1688 on Michael Pete. This is before the court. That is dismissed. As part of this agreement. If you touch this with your hand, it makes marks and smudges. That's why
We
I
understand.
use this thing on 2025, and this is what we're doing. God bless you.
Bless you.
And 25 CR 908. is before the court, and that one as well is hereby dismissed as part of this agreement. That is done. All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
That is all.
Good.